Trey Nitty. Yep.
EmceeTV.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Wilson. You watching EmceeTV The Podcast, coming at you live from EmceeTV Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. As always with me, my bro.
It's your boy Big Ray West, B-I-double-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know.
I'm gonna I was clicking boxes here. Let me make sure we're not. Oh yeah, we got audio. We look good. Make sure your audio is working good. Oh, there's a little bit of a double on you. You sound good though. You sound good.
I noticed that in some parts of the other episode, there was some doubles on my audio as well.
It's just a little reverb I got on there for you.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I do have rap then.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna peek at this real quick just to see. Okay. Man, Ray, what's new with you, bro?
Man, it's Tuesday. We're blessed. It's that part of the week where, it's kind of like we're just here, but we're fortunate to be here, you dig? Lots going on this spring, you know what I'm saying? Heading into this summer. A lot of music coming, a lot of events coming. Des Moines, the farmers market just jumped off.
Yeah. And they usually have record attendance when they first kick that off. I think I got the double pulled out of there. My bad. We should be nice and clear.
They're saying that they had over 40,000 both weeks.
That's wild. That's
the first 2 weeks, man.
That's a whole lot of folks. I just got my seeds started for my garden I'm trying to grow. So we got some cherry tomatoes, some big full-size tomatoes, some basil, some mint, blueberries, raspberries. I threw a couple apple seeds in there. We're starting everything from seed. We're going to try and grow it all organically. So
seed to sale.
Yeah, maybe a little late in the season, but we're going to see if we can't push it through and make it happen. So
shit, you ain't late. Shit, man. Our motherfucking it'd be warm late as hell into the year, man. Like winter be ultra delayed.
Knock on wood. I sure hope so.
I got some my family, we got some of the 5-gallon buckets. We're gonna do some shit too.
Nice.
We're gonna do some maters, some bell peppers, and some jalapenos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He said we keeps it spicy.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, it's the weather's starting to break in Iowa, getting ready for the summer, man. Lots of events. All the markets are coming back. We got some shows coming up. Yeah, man, it's that time of year. NBA is winding down right now.
We might as well, while we're speaking on that, should we go right into it or should we save it for the end?
Shit, let's talk to him. Shit.
Well, there were some big games last night. Your Lakers played. Ray, how you
Did
feeling?
They play?
Hey man, I was hanging in there. I thought you guys did a great performance. You know what I mean? I thought y'all played well. I was very impressed with LeBron, kind of rising to the occasion. I didn't get to really lock in on a whole bunch of the other games, but I watched the full fourth quarter and maybe part of the third from home because it was a later game. I got out of there a little earlier. What were your thoughts on it as a Laker fan?
As a Laker fan, I think this was in the series. This was probably the best game we played. It actually felt like we had a chance to win in this game. The other games we were losing by 15, 20, 25 points or some crazy shit. But we're We just don't have the gear that OKC can hit. We're not talented enough. Um, and that's just how the Lakers construct their teams. We construct our teams, we go superstar. We're superstar heavy, and we tend to be light on the depth. And that's what kills us. OKC is built brilliantly and diligently. Their bench is strong, their starters are strong. The motherfucking bench can do what the starters do. So, it's a very slim drop off when the bench comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like
that kid that kept dropping threes in the fourth quarter off the bench. I can't think of what his name was, but yeah, that kid just couldn't miss.
You probably thinking about motherfucking Jared McCain or some shit.
I think that's who it was.
Man, and then fucking DeAndre Ayton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can continue with that. I don't know if they can continue with that.
You think he might get separated?
Yeah, it's not gonna pan out, man. And you losing Luka, that's what, 36 points a game or some crazy shit like that. A lot of the Lakers like to say if we had Luka, we'd be doing this and that, but we're 0-4 against the Thunder in the regular season, and Luka was there. Like, what are we talking about?
I heard another analyst make that same point. They said, even with Luka, you know what I mean, there was some struggle there. But I mean, I think you guys, that fourth quarter was hot, and you guys, Hayes was all over it. You know what I mean? That power dunk that he did, and a couple of the defensive moves that he pulled off, I was impressed.
Jackson Hayes had a great night. You know what I'm saying? Austin Reeves showed up. He had a great night. Rui Hachimura had a brilliant series. You know what I'm saying? On fire this series. Like, Rui might have played himself into an extension with the Lakers type shit. We're not good enough though. Like, as good as the credit I just gave those guys, Oklahoma City is better. And, we knew that coming into the series. I did say that I thought we would steal one, so I'll eat that crow right here on the podcast. We got swept. The broom was brought out, and they swept us up and got the dust mop out and threw us in the trash.
I mean, that could have happened to anybody, though. You know what I mean? They got a nice combination of dudes that go in for layups, bigs, 3-pointers. You know what I mean? Like, they got a solid setup right now. I don't know how long they've been hot for, but
they're the champs.
Yeah,
they're the defending champs. And not because of what they did to us, but just how the whole season has gone, and a little bit of what we just seen. It's hard to say they're not gonna repeat.
Yeah, they've been building for a while. So props to them for winning. You know what I mean? In the Timberwolves world, you know what I mean? I think that we got a tough game tonight. We're back at it against the Spurs. The series is 2-2 right now. We lucked out with Wemby getting ejected for dropping that elbow on Naz Reid the other night. There's probably some Spurs fans that'll say it wasn't intentional. He's just a big dude, and extremities get to swinging when you're in a basketball game like that. There's other people that may think that it was intentional, and maybe he should have got a more severe, sentence, suspension, whatever.
Initially, when I seen it, I felt like he should have been punished. He should have got the suspension. But I don't know. Did I feel like he did it intentionally to harm that man and lay him out? It didn't appear like that. So I'd walk that back on my behalf.
I still haven't had a chance to try and pull up the replay of it and see exactly what happened. You know what I mean? I've read articles and whatnot and seen little clips, but I didn't get a chance to tap in and see the footage yet because I was working. My man, Concerned Citizen, said it was intentional. That's got to be a Wolves fan. I'm a Wolves fan. I love it. I'm gonna put this hat back on.
Cuddy ain't no Wolves fan.
We decided
Cuddy ain't no Wolves fan.
Every thumbnail, I got the same damn hat on, so I had to take the hat off for the thumbnail. But I mean, I ain't stunting. I was really wearing this today.
It's gonna be a good series. Ultimately, I feel like the Spurs get it done. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Spurs get it done Now, if I wanted to put my emotions into it as well, I'd have to go with the Spurs too, and that's only because the Timberwolves knocked the Lakers out of the playoffs last year. So it'd be nice to, somebody see somebody put them in their spot. Come join, come sit on the couch. You know what I'm talking about? So, but really, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I wouldn't be upset whoever wins. It's a great series. They're 2-2, but my heart tells me the NBA needs Wemby to get through this round.
Concerned citizen said, "Go Spurs, go!" So apparently that was a quick turn of events on me. I thought he was cheering for me. He just
I
said,
told you multiple times, Cuddy ain't no Wolves fan.
"Sorry, I had the headphones off. I kind of saw you say that, but I couldn't."
Okay.
Yeah, I took the
I was like,
headphones off.
maybe you don't want to hear that part.
Nah, that was my fault. That was my fault. All right. So we'll run through the NBA news real quick and WNBA news, and then we'll just dive into hip hop. Ray, you want to pick up one of these articles?
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about Brandon Clark. That's some wild shit that happened.
Yeah.
Picture comes in via USA Today Network via Reuters Connect. The headline reads, Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark dies at age 29. Article comes in via ESPN. It goes on to say, Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark has died, the team, his agency, and the NBA said Tuesday. He was 29. Neither the Grizzlies nor Clark's agency, Priority Sports, provided any details about Clark's death. LAPD sources confirmed to ABC News that Clark was found dead from a possible drug overdose Monday in a home located in Los Angeles' San Fernando Valley. Narcotics were found at the scene and there was no evidence of foul play, sources told ABC News. NBC4 in Los Angeles first reported details surrounding Clark's death Tuesday. The Grizzlies said in a statement that they are heartbroken by the tragic loss of Clark. Brandon was an outstanding teammate and an even better person whose impact on the organization and the greater Memphis community will not be forgotten, the team said. Priority Sports said in a statement that it is just impossible to put into words how much he'll be missed. Steve, what are your thoughts on that?
That's tragic, man. As somebody that's just kind of getting into this basketball stuff again, I'm not ultra familiar with who this young man was, but anybody that has worked his ass off to try and get to the level that he made it to, I mean, obviously it's tragic for anybody that his age to lose their life. You know what I mean? That's horrible. But somebody that was so dedicated just lost it all, just trying to have some fun with his, possibly lost it all because he was trying to have some fun with his buddies. And that's terrible. That's tragic,
I agree. It's tragic, rest in peace to that man. Peace and condolences to his family. But with that said, man, folks got to be careful with these substances. These substances are not the same as the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, dog.
They're the same as the 2000s.
Man, like, this shit is different, and fentanyl is a big thing. There's a lot of overdosing going on in the world. There always has been, but it seems like there's a spike in that shit. You feel me, dog?
Oh, it's been a massive epidemic.
Yeah,
for sure. And if it can get Prince and Tom Petty and Mac Miller, all of those people got hit by drugs or counterfeit drugs or whatever that had fentanyl in them, and so you got to be careful.
And I totally get, trying to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? Experimenting and, doing other shit other than dope or alcohol to, get there. We all, motherfuckers like to party sometimes, but you got to be careful what you're partying with these days. Cause like I said, shit ain't the same, man.
Yeah. Well, and now that I think about it, even Gangsta Boo, I think that she got taken. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people that have been affected by this, so it's pretty tragic.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Brandon Clark's family, man, and shout out to all of his friends and shit in the Grizzlies organization. Like, terrible news, untimely.
Sure. Without a doubt. Yeah, R.I.P. to him and his family, and wish him the best of. I almost said best of luck, but I don't even know what hopefully our thoughts and prayers go out to them in this time. You know what I mean? For healing.
Yeah, man. Quick healing.
For sure. All right, before we get out of the sports news, we got kind of an exciting one. Um, this is something that came across my radar more so because my wife and daughter are kind of tapped in on this, um, but this is something that as somebody from Iowa kind of hits the news a little bit. Kate Martin, who played with Caitlin Clark for Iowa, and amongst several other players, but you know what I mean. During that year or the couple years that when they won the championship, Kate Martin was part of the team, and she was recently signed to a new development deal. And so the image comes in from Instagram. That's a Kate Martin image, screenshot off of her Instagram for her celebrating. But it says Sparks signed guard Kate Martin to player development deal. The Los Angeles Sparks, which is a WNBA team, have signed guard Kate Martin to a player development contract. Quote, Kate is a gifted shooter whose grittiness and winning history mesh well with the Sparks basketball, end quote, said Sparks general manager Reagan Pebley. She's confident in her shot, plays tenacious defense, and is an unselfish, high-energy teammate. We're eager to watch Kate develop within our system, end quote. So, Ray, what are your thoughts on that one, bro?
I mean, you love to see anybody from Iowa prosper and make it professionally and still rep the home turf. So shout out to Kate Martin. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're a Hawkeye. Show that Hawkeye love right there. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Yeah. Shout out to the Hawkeyes. The WNBA, that shit's popping right now. They're going through expansions. They got games tonight. Atlanta, Dallas, Minnesota, Phoenix, New York, Portland. What you want to do?
Real talk. We have tickets to go see Kate Martin and the Sparks. I'm sorry, we don't have tickets. We are going to buy tickets. They go on sale.
Damn, that's quick. Y'all don't fuck around. They was like, what?
They go on sale Thursday. We're gonna grab a ticket to go see her play.
So didn't it? I feel like it said that she signed a developmental deal.
I think that's like a kind of like a two-way contract or whatever. I'm assuming. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like she's gonna play. She might.
Okay.
But I feel like she's more of like a practice squad type thing.
Okay.
Not gonna be hitting the active roster.
Okay, that could
but
be.
I'm not sure how WNBA works. But
yeah, news to me.
It kind of sounds like she's not gonna be on the active roster when you're signing a developmental contract.
Okay. Well, either way, she gets a paycheck, I guess. So that's a win.
Yeah.
But
she has a shot for sure. She's in the building, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, more props to her. Hopefully that all works out. But let's shift gears and let's jump into some hip hop since that's what most of these folks came here to hear.
They came here to hear motherfucking hip hop. Oh shit! I'm gonna let you have it, man. Shit.
Okay. All right. All right. So this one's got the internet going crazy right now. We're gonna dive in with the biggest headline we can. We're gonna make a splash. This one comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. Image courtesy of Mark J. Rabias. Imagine Images via Reuters Connect. So this is a article that has been updated several times. And the headline is updated. Kendrick Lamar's GNX and Euphoria vanished from Apple Music. Videos for Not Like Us and Luther also deleted. I saw this article come in from several different news media outlets, and so I figured we better talk about it. So article goes to say, Kendrick Lamar's GNX was one of the biggest albums of 2024, and now it is somewhere to be seen on Apple. It is nowhere to be seen on Apple Music. Kendrick Lamar is easily one of the biggest artists in the entire world, and every single day he is able to amass millions of streams. Overall, his catalog is readily available on all streaming platforms, and fans frequent these digital service providers every single day to get their fix. However, Apple Music users are currently running into an unwelcome surprise today. According to Kirko, it was discovered today that Kendrick Lamar's GNX was no longer on Apple Music. If you go to the platform, it will tell you the album is not available. You simply cannot find it. Google links to the album on Apple Music bring up errors. As for the diss track Euphoria, that appears to be gone too. Interestingly enough, songs like Not Like Us and Meet the Grams are still available. This has led some confusion from fans, especially when you consider how GNX and Euphoria remain on Spotify. One has to wonder why this is happening today. After all, the rest of Kendrick Lamar's discography is on Apple Music. Had GNX and Euphoria been removed from Spotify, then there would certainly be a pattern worth following. However, this entire ordeal makes us wonder what may have happened. It could be a glitch, or it could be deliberate. It could have been Lamar's team who did it, or it could have been a hacker. At this stage, the possibilities are practically endless. The timing is also incredibly peculiar when you factor in the fact that Drake is going to be dropping Iceman later on this week. It is the kind of timing that will inspire all sorts of conspiracy theories. Of course, if the album and track return to Apple Music in fast fashion, then this will have been for naught. Okay, so then there's an update, and it says the music videos for Not Like Us and Luther have been deleted from YouTube. And then there's a final update, and it says in addition to re-uploads of Not Like Us and Luther on YouTube, GNX and Euphoria have been added back to Apple Music. So hopefully he didn't lose any streams. Ray, thoughts on all this craziness?
I feel like immediately my mind goes to it is intentional. With Drake going to, trying to sue and everything like that, and sue Universal, saying that the streams were being padded and they weren't all natural. I think it all ties into that, like, okay, we're going to take down the shit that we feel is tainted or that he proved was tainted, Not Like Us, Luther, Euphoria, the music videos, and you're going to start your streams over. That's what I feel like. I don't know anything. I'm just saying what my mind immediately went to. That's what I feel like. A glitch in the system and shit. Yeah, right. Iceman's about to drop. Like, yeah, I feel like it's intentional, strategic, and it was planned.
I just pulled up Kendrick Lamar's Luther. They must have reinstated the streams. I'm sure that YouTube has the ability to recall where it was at and just artificially put the numbers back to where it was at. But it says 171 million views, and it has the video listed as uploaded 1 year ago. And then Kendrick Lamar and Scissors Luther, it has 60 million views, and it was uploaded 1 year ago. I couldn't tell you what they were before, but that sounds probably accurate, I would guess.
Yeah, same. I feel like that.
Yeah, and then they follow kind of in line with his Apple Music halftime show. It's at 174 million views in 1 year. So, yeah, interesting to see how something that big could glitch like that, and if it's already up there and what would be the reason somebody would even be clicking on it? You know what I mean? Like there should be no change in the code once it's up and running. Like it's kind of on autopilot after that. I'm sure everything just tracks streams and you don't have to really move anything unless they were maybe moving things from one server to another. And then somehow the code got deleted that hosted the audio and the video. But it's kind of weird that it was off multiple different platforms too, YouTube and Apple both. So that seems a little coincidental, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if any more information ever breaks on that.
Sure, man.
Ray, where do you want to go next?
With that being said, are you checking? With that being said, are you checking for Iceman? Are you gonna be checking for the new Drake? Are you gonna slap that shit?
Man, only Iceman I'm messing with is Paul Wall.
Okay, I'm about to say, are you gonna be listening to it to try to figure out if he dissed Kendrick anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm sure the internet nerds, you know what I mean, the dudes that break down the bars by bar breakdown for each song will probably do that for us. I ain't got to necessarily put myself in a room with some headphones on and listen to Drake, but I might give it a spin. You know what I mean? That's closed-minded. I try not to be too closed-minded. I'll give it a spin. Screw it. I'll give it a spin.
That. I like that you said that because I'm gonna check it out. I'm not a Drake guy by no means, but I gotta see what they love. You know what I'm saying? Like, plus I be playing music, doing the DJ thing, so I gotta check it out.
Let's go ahead and plug that. Anybody that anybody in the Des Moines area, or anybody that wants to travel to Des Moines to see my man spin, you can catch him at the Broken Spoke on Fridays from what, 8 to 2.
8 to 1, 8 to 12:30, something like that.
Okay, whenever he pulled a plug, just show up at 8 and you make sure you see him.
lately
Matter of
it's
fact,
been
8:30.
about
He might be late.
lately it's been about 8 to 12:31. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but
Okay.
yeah, shout out to the Broken Spoke, man. We getting it cracking over there on Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? Come get your sipper on. They got the
And
full kitchen cracking too.
I was gonna say they got a great little steak deal they do that night too, don't they?
I don't. They don't do steak on Fridays,
Oh, okay.
but they got a menu. You know, they got chicken Phillies, regular Phillies, burgers, and at bar food, dog. Shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just happened to show up one night when I was kicking it with you down there, and for some reason I thought the grill was running, had some steaks on it, but that might have just been
Yeah,
me.
they do steak night. It's just not on Friday night. I don't
Oh,
think. I
okay.
think they do it Thursday night maybe or some shit.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, that's what's up.
Your propaganda on that one works well because my homegirl that I work with came across your flyer and she said, "Where is this club at?" And she said she clicked on it and she was looking at it and then she was like, "I pulled it up on Google. It's not quite the same place as in that flyer."
Yeah, Lord, this is a hole in the wall.
Where's all them lights in the rooftop?
Yeah, got that shit jumping, don't he,
Nah, it does
boy?
look fresh. It looked fresh as hell. No,
Hell
that's dope
no.
though. Yeah, you got her. You got her.
That's what's up, man.
Ray, where we going from here, bro? Pick the next one.
Shit, I want to talk about Daz.
Diggity Daz.
I want to talk about Daz. I didn't get that memo from you though, so
Oh, I didn't have a chance to add it, but I just typed in the TMZ article. My bad.
okay. So shit, I'm gonna do the same then.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Uh,
do the same.
so
So
I'll hit him with the headline while you're pulling it up. According to TMZ.com, Ray put me up on this, and I didn't get a chance to include it into our emails we usually exchange before we go live. The article says Daz Dillinger to Tupac's label. Got my mind made up. I'm suing. So that's kind of the gist of it.
yeah.
And Ray, what?
Go ahead and take it, man, because I can't get it
Okay,
right now.
my bad. So
Go ahead
the
and talk about it.
article just got posted yesterday. Image is from Getty Images. And it says Daz Dillinger is dragging a record label that controls a bunch of Tupac's music to court. And it sounds like he feels he's
Mm,
owed big bucks. The legendary
mm,
rapper just filed a lawsuit against Amaru Entertainment, a record label Tupac Shakur's mother Afeni founded back in the day. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Daz claims he's not being paid his fair share for royalties for helping to write and produce a bunch of Tupac's hits, including I Ain't Mad
mm.
at You, Got My Mind Made Up, Scandalous, Ambitions as a Writer, and two of America's
Mm.
Most Wanted, just to name a few. Daz claims he demanded Amaru cough up his royalties back in October 2024 and says the label responded by cutting him a check for more than $91,000. But he says the payment came without a detailed accounting. The rapper thinks he's probably owed more like 91,000, more than the 91,000 he's been paid, and he wants a full and complete accounting of all revenues,
Mm.
profits, royalties, deductions,
My
reserves,
gosh.
statements, source data, contracts, licenses, and other exploitations relating to the songs. That's ultimately seeking payment of all royalties and other profits he's due once the accounting is provided. We reached out to the label. So far, no word back. Right?
I love it. I love it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to the Tupac, you know what I'm saying, memory and the state, But let's be real. Tupac didn't fuck Daz out of this paper. Tupac didn't do these contracts and make all these deals. So let's leave Pac out of this. You know what I'm saying? Pac ain't at fault. This is the people that was handling Tupac's business. You know what I'm saying? And if Daz can prove that, obviously he can prove he produced these beats and contributed to these records. And if he can prove he didn't get paid and they're doing business without compensating him, hey, get to the money. Get
Yeah,
'em.
my friend, little what was that? Finish him. What was
No,
that?
that's
Was that
That's off that Jet Li Unleashed.
Oh, okay. I thought you was hitting them with the Mortal Kombat.
Buddy took that collar off him. And he fucked everybody up in the room in like 9 minutes. You know
And
what
that was
I'm
cold too.
saying?
That was cold. Uh, but back to the Tupac joint. Yeah, I would feel a little awkward. You know what I mean? Messing with the estate of a legend like that. I mean, I get it. Your point is definitely valid. And it wasn't Tupac that set it up, or nor probably even his mom. You know, I mean, them deals were done behind closed doors with lawyers and whatnot. And, you know, maybe Pac thought Daz was getting his kickbacks for everything he contributed back in the day. And that would continue going forward. And, you know, that's obviously it's been Tupac died in 96, so that was 30
at
years
that
ago.
at that time when Pac died, Suge had all that shit.
Yeah.
Afeni created Amaru, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know the timeline of when she ended up getting all her son shit, so you got to say it's on Afeni and her folks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Suge Knight has something to do with that, so I think Daz got paychecks from Suge already and sued Suge, you know, and he's going after the rest of the folks.
Well, good luck to him. You know what I mean? I hope it works out. It sounds like Dad's got a list of people that ain't been paying him. And he's on a warpath. He wants his money, rightfully so. I mean, if you did some work for somebody, if you built somebody a set of cabinets, they got them cabinets in their house, and they're getting to use them and benefit from them. You should be paid for building them cabinets, and same thing for the music.
Man, have you seen all the interviews Cocaine been doing?
So I saw the ones that you sent me. Um,
He's been on Drink Champs and a couple other ones. I forget. Maybe Art of Dialogue, Dialogue of Art, whatever it is.
yeah, Art of Dialogue.
Yeah, he been doing a whole bunch of interviews, man, and hitting the circuit and just telling that Snoop Dogg story, man, and it's ugly. It's
Snoop just
ugly.
opened up a new dispensary. Uh,
I tell you, he owes this man. Snoop opens up a new dispensary.
he got two of them called Smoke Weed Every Day. He opened one in over by LAX, and they just opened another one over by in Long Beach, and he's headlining the new amphitheater out there that they're kicking
Yeah,
off. So hopefully Snoop Dogg getting his stuff together. Otherwise, he's gonna be cutting a lot of checks too.
man. That's it. I just don't understand it, dog. But maybe that's why I'm not in the business. The business isn't for me. I just don't. I don't get it. If you got the paper, it's not gonna hurt you, and you owe somebody, and they can on paper prove to you that you owe me, dog. Like, and you was there when we worked on this together, type shit. You're not gonna take any losses by paying me what you owe me, and I can't get my bread. Like, that's
Obviously,
crazy to me.
it's not quite the same, but is this kind of can we compare this to the game and some of these dealings that I mean, there's video after video. We talked about it last time. There's video after video of people that are saying they paid Game all this money and he never delivered. Excuse me, he never delivered on the music. And so, is this kind of a reverse of the same situation? Like I paid you for the music, I never got it, and instead it's I did the music, but you never paid me. You know what I mean? Or
They're
you're not
getting.
paying me.
It sounds like everybody's getting the upfront. They get the upfront money to do the record, but then they don't get any royalties from throughout all the years.
Yeah, 30 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, like, how could I don't know, man. My mind just worked different. Like, how can you do that to the homies though? Like,
Right. I mean, Suge, according to everybody, Suge was a cutthroat kind of dude. So I can kind of see that. You know what I mean? Him just being like, nah, man, fuck you. I paid
Snoop
you.
doing this to Daz and
And that's
Cocaine,
and that's his
people that he
family.
arguably made the best West Coast music with.
Right. And that part of it almost wants to make me skeptical that it's true. I mean, I can't think of why all of these people would have the same story. I mean, obviously money motivates you, but that'd be but also the fact that Snoop's not acknowledging it, or to my knowledge, that he hasn't acknowledged. He hasn't said, "Here's the paperwork. Here is the paperwork. I paid Daz. These are the tax returns. I paid him." You know
He's
what I
too
mean?
big. He's too big, man. He's a king, man. They're just
Yeah.
all peasants, man. They're all peasants in doggy dog's world.
You don't really think he views them like that, though, do you? I mean,
He
I'd
called
hope
them
not.
niggas. He called them niggas Snoopy groupies at one time. Okay,
Oof.
all right.
Oof.
All right.
I mean, every time I
Back when
met
he
him,
had doggy style records,
yeah,
you
every
know.
time I met him or saw him, he was Daz was with him. Corrupt wasn't, but Daz, was right by his side. And every time I saw him at the Valair or wherever, you know what I mean, they were in step together. Uncle Junebug and Daz. There was every single show for years. And so obviously RIP Uncle Junebug, he's passed away, but and I just saw Snoop at Red Rocks, and it was kind of strange to not have Daz there with him. Um, man, I'd like to see it reconciled. Obviously, Dez wants his paycheck, and it'd be cool to see him back to business as usual. And we were almost there, right? Because the Dog Pound had just jumped on board and did a new record. You know what I mean? I mean that was a year
Yeah,
ago, 2
Dad
years
said
ago.
so they was doing that We All We Got album, you know, Snoopy's brother had died, I guess, and that's what brought the crew back together. But Dad said while they were doing recording that album, Death Row at that time was going behind his back, trying to trademark his shit, his logos, the Dog Pound, like trademark shit that Dad's already got, like behind his back and not bringing it to the table type shit. Like, how sneaky is that, bro? And we're here in the studio working on the album.
Well, and the only thing I could say about that is it's as a new company, people are reviewing documents because Snoop had only had it for what, a year or two at that point.
Oh,
Maybe it was
Snoop,
just
at this
interns or
time,
lawyers.
after all these years, Snoop Dogg doesn't know his cousin owns Dog Pound.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying you bring in a new crew of lawyers and interns that are going over the books and they're going, all right, we better or check copyrights and whatnot. And so I don't know if Snoop was necessarily involved in that, but
Oh, man, you're too nice.
yeah, I mean, maybe I can't say I wasn't there whether he was involved or
I
wasn't.
wasn't there either, but man, it smelled like shit, dog. It's probably shit.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
just
I'm saying.
you're right. You're right. I just feel like, man,
And
these
there's way too many people saying it smells like shit. Different people.
yeah, that's the
It's not
weird
like
part.
these guys are in a group together.
Right.
Like, I don't know, bro. I hope it ain't true. You know, I grew up on Snoopy. I love the Dog Pound. I love Snoopy. I love, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of my childhood too. But nigga, fuckery will not be tolerated, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta have some integrity, man.
for sure.
Like, fuck, man.
Yeah. It ain't nothing nice. And there's a lot of people saying the same story. So that's
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 what
what
kills me.
right. That's what makes it way more believable. As much as I want to be in denial, there's too many people saying, "Hey man, I ain't been getting paid."
And
And then
then,
the Nate Dogg Records story, you know what I mean? They're saying somebody went to grandma's house and grabbed
and Hell said that shit.
grabbed the records.
Man, come on now.
Yeah,
And
that's
then you go back to the story where, you know, Trady allegedly shot up his house over not getting paid from Snoopy. Like, what? Like, all, man? Where there's
yeah.
smoke sometimes, where there's fuck that. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one to deny all that, that's for sure.
And then you got all these people lately, you know what I'm saying, not naming no names, but there has been multiple people that I've seen going at Tech Nine, like online type shit. Like, what is that about?
Yeah.
Like,
That
usually the community, like, you don't see Tech Nine getting a lot of disrespect and people, you know, going at him. He's recently people have been going at him, dog. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
that's one I can't really I can't believe because I know him on a personal level. The Snoop thing I'm speculating on and
Yes,
whatnot,
sir.
but Tech I know on a personal level, and after seeing him go back and lift up as many people as he has from Kansas City, you know what I mean? He goes out of his way to bring up new rappers from Kansas City and give them shine and put them on the forefront and really work with folks from Kansas City and continue Gates Barbecue. He was trying to help small businesses and I mean Gates is a relatively big business, but
I know what you're saying.
he was reaching back to the community and bringing people up. And so Tech isn't the one that I couldn't believe that from Tech. And so, you know,
I've talked to, you know, I've done a lot of shows in Kansas City on the local scene, and there's I don't want to say a lot, but I've talked to a handful of artists from Kansas City on the local scene that say the same thing, like, you know, what has he ever done for us type shit. And I'm not saying I agree, but I'm just saying what other people say, you know, that, you know, strange music doesn't do much for Kansas City. Tech Nine doesn't do much for Kansas City. I don't know. But
So I guess my thought on that is, a lot of the time I hear MCs up here from Iowa say, man,
yes,
and
sir.
nobody's really put us on the map. Nobody's put us on the map. We don't
Yes,
have a
sir.
sound to be connected to, where Nelly has people in St. Louis have Nelly, people in LA have Dre, or plug in, there's a lot of rappers out of LA, but Dre is
You could
definitely
correlate the city with a face.
and a sound. Yeah. And and
Yeah,
and so we don't have that. So I would say Tech gave Kansas City a sound. You know what I mean? That whole chopper style that so many people from Kansas City gravitated to. He kicked in that door
definitely.
for them. And so
I agree.
I think it's disingenuous for, I mean, if you had bad business with somebody, that's one thing, and that's your own personal thing. And I'm not saying, obviously I'm not part of the privy to these conversations or whatever, so I couldn't comment one way or another. But I will say I've known Tech for a lot of years. He gave me my start in this shit. You know what I mean? He linked every chance that he could when he came through. He would look out for me, give me tickets to shows. I've interacted with him over the social media stuff. He helped promote me and start this company. He gave me interviews when he had no reason to, and I'm one of those people that he looked out for all of these years, and still he called me a friend. You know what I mean? I'd see him on tour. He'd shake up with me, bro. How you been? How the family? You know what I mean? Whatever. And so to me, that's not a person that's an honest, genuine person. You know what I mean? And I would have his back till the end of time. I
Yeah, I
guess
could dig that.
that's my
Shit,
perspective.
you're a loyal guy too, though. You might be too close to the situation.
That could
And I'm
be.
not and I'm not trying to say, what I'm saying, I'm not trying to, but I got to play the devil's advocate because, multiple people say it, and I just went on, when there's smoke, there's fire, said. So I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I don't know, bro. I fuck with Tech Nine a long way. I met him a few times. I don't have the relationship like y'all have, but from what I know, it definitely seems like he's given a lot of opportunities, putting a lot of locals on records on the collab tapes and shit. He seems like in my opinion, I feel like he gives Kansas City artists an opportunity, maybe not as big as they think it should be or whatever. I don't know.
I think people always are going to feel like that, though, right? Like, I mean, especially if you're hungry.
Yeah,
And like literally, and maybe even literally hungry, not just figuratively. Like, hey, man, times are tough out here. Gas is $4.50 a gallon. I wish somebody would come down and lift me up. I got skill. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it wouldn't take nothing for him to put me on a stage and take me on a tour or whatever. And he could do more for me as a rapper and I, whatever. But people say the same thing about plug in whatever rapper. You know what I mean? King ISO from Omaha, maybe.
yeah. They
Eminem from
have,
Eminem
they
from Detroit.
have.
Eminem from
I've talked
Detroit.
to him, bro. I've talked to rappers from Omaha. Rappers from Omaha literally looked me in the face and said, "What has King ISO done for Omaha?" And my mind's like,
Yeah.
like this man touring the country screaming, "I'm from Omaha." Like that's not doing nothing for Omaha. Like what are you talking about,
Prior to him, motherfucker, they talked about Omaha the most was Method Man
man? Like
and Belly.
motherfuckers know who know. Motherfuckers know
Where?
about Omaha because of King ISO. You know what I'm talking
100%.
about? And
100%.
for people from Omaha to say, "What has he done for Omaha?" Like he doesn't do anything for Omaha. That shit crazy to me, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
And so I
but you're
think
right in that aspect.
people are always going to feel like that, like especially if you came up with them, right? Like maybe I did some album art for somebody and then they take off. What doesn't mean that I'm always going to be the guy for album art. I mean, maybe you get some concert tickets or whatever, you get to come back and kick it at the after
Yeah,
party at
yeah,
a show,
yeah,
but they're not in your pocket forever. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So I don't know. CP jumped in the comments. He said, expecting handouts is where a lot of artists get it wrong. I'd agree. Much love, CP.
Yeah, a lot of artists feel entitled, like, okay, and I had a stage back in the past where I felt entitled. I felt like my talent should open up the doors opposed to my work ethic and my character. So I learned that, you know what I'm saying? A, you got to outwork everybody. B, your character got to be solid. You got to make an impression. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get rid of that entitlement in rap. And it's definitely present. You know what I'm saying? We got people that can't sell out a show or fill a room. You know what I'm saying? But been rapping on the scene for 20, 25 years, feeling like we should be giving them something. They're entitled to something. Like just
Amen.
because you got longevity in the game. Like, hold on, player. Like those followers on social media don't translate into butts in the chair physically. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's free to click on this music on Spotify or wherever. I mean, sometimes you got to pay for Apple Music or whatever, but a lot of YouTube you can watch for free. A lot of this is free. And so that doesn't equate to somebody taking a day off of work, putting the keys in the ignition,
Yeah,
driving down there, buying a ticket and hanging out, watching the show and probably copping some merch. Can you
yeah.
do that?
You got 10,000. You got 10,000 hits on your latest Spotify song in this first week, but you got two people at the motherfucking shows that we do together every other month. You know what I'm talking
And
about?
congrats on the music, but yeah, you got to have you got to have a grassroots campaign where you're bringing people in the door.
Yeah, dog. And that's the difference, man. Social media followers don't translate into physical support.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game. It's a different beast to get people to want to come buy a ticket to see you rap. Like anybody could just follow you. That don't cost me jack shit. Anybody could reshare whatever the fuck I shared. That don't mean jack shit.
Yeah.
Am I willing to come out of pocket? You know what I'm saying? Leave the comfort of my home and come see you perform publicly. You know, that's support, real support coming out the pocket.
I take it a step further. I got to find a babysitter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dog.
I got to take a day off of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I work Fridays and Saturdays, and so if it ain't a late show, I might miss your set. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
I've had to miss some array sets. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm gonna try and get out of here, but I don't know that I can get off early enough. And that's a real
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? And
But I'm
so
always grateful that you even showed up to support. It ain't about who you seen rap. You know what I'm saying? You came there to support the event. You're another body in the building. You know what
hell
I'm saying?
yeah,
That gives a fuck about the movement and what we're trying to do. That's
amen.
what it's ultimately about to me. You know what I'm saying? You can miss my set every time, but come be a body in the building and support what we're trying to do as a whole. Shit, that's a win in my book, dog.
I appreciate it, fam. I think that you know, I think it's important that you support live music and you go out and I mean, obviously, if you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be
Yeah, yeah. Don't
goaded
fake the
into
funk.
going.
Don't fake the funk.
Right,
Do it
but
because you want to.
amen.
And
But
be there because that's where you want to be.
yeah, but we need that. You know what I mean? These up and coming artists need that support because along the way, that's how they get to be a Tech Nine or a Eminem or a Dr. Dre or a Snoop. You know what I mean? That's how you got to climb the ladder and rocking these local shows and these smaller events. Um, get you there. But also, it's kind of cool when I look back at my career, not to make it all about me, but when I look back at my career, I got to see a lot of cool rappers on they come up. You know what I mean? And rock the Vaudeville Muse or rock Gabe's in Iowa City or whatever, you know what I mean? And all the pictures and videos I got array, I'm gonna sell one day when this motherfucker's at the
You
top.
better. You better
I'm just
shit.
talking shit.
Well, you
Nah,
better.
but nah, man. I'm gonna be on the True Hollywood storytelling my version. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but just getting to say, hey, man, I was there. I got to see this dude rock. If you could rewind time and be at the Beatles or be in the room when Dr. Dre was still part of the world class record crew, you know what I mean? Spinning records in a roller skating rink in the late
Bro,
'70s, early '80s. Who wouldn't go?
I needed that Michael Jackson era. You understand me? I needed that. I was there for the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I got the 90s, but I needed that motherfucking 70s, 80s Michael Jackson. Like what that felt like when Thriller first came the fuck out. Like what? Like what was the climate like then? Shit, boy.
Did you go see
Or
the
Off the Wall when that first came out. You know what I'm saying?
did you
Yeah,
go
I
see
went to see it.
what'd you think? Was it cool?
I'm a fan of Mike, so yeah, it was good to me. They stopped. I would like to see him go further into the music. They stopped at the Bad album, so anything after Bad, they didn't cover in the movie. You know what
Were
I'm saying?
so my recollection's pretty bad on the Michael Jackson era. So did they cover the Motown section when he was on
Yeah,
Motown?
they went
Okay.
from Jackson 5 to Bad. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So that was probably, I'd say, mid 80s. You
Okay.
got Thriller, and yeah, they didn't cover anything after that. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't get none of the 90s music in there. But it was a 2 hour movie. Nia Long, she killed that shit. As his
Okay.
mother, she played Katherine Jackson. Nia Long killed it. The dude that played Joe Jackson back that shit too. Look just like that motherfucker, dog.
Yeah.
They whooped ass on that makeup, and then
They said he was aggressive as it on all the kids. Was he really like that in the movie and stuff, or did they dumb it
yeah,
down?
they dumbed it down. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. They tugged at your heartstrings. You knew what was happening. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They made it seem like, and maybe it was true, but in this movie, they made it seem like Joe was a bully to Michael. You know what I'm saying? Bullied him even as a little kid, and bullied him up until he moved out of the house type shit. So maybe that's how it really was. But I
Yeah.
don't know. But I say all that to say his nephew Jafar, hey, he played Michael Jackson, and he killed that shit. Sound just like that fool, dance just like that fool, mannerisms.
Okay. There we go.
Hey, hey, he started talking in the movie when when they showed him growing up, and it was just, he started talking. Boy, I fell out. That boy sounded hella gentle.
That's wild. All right, I might have to peep it out. I'm gonna have to go get.
That boy was talking hella gentle, just like Mike.
I'm gonna have to get me a ticket. Had to grab me a ticket. Man, props to them for continuing the legacy of Michael Jackson because, I mean, he was. I said something about it the other day to my buddy Dennis. Shout out to my dog Dennis. Uh, we were sitting there chatting, and maybe I messed this up. I said, folks are saying, is it Chris Brown that everybody's kind of saying is
Yeah,
the closest thing to a new
yeah,
Michael Jackson?
yeah.
I said, I think I said that, and he said, oh no, I said Bruno Mars, because we were talking because Bruno Mars is playing this weekend. I said Bruno Mars, and he said, ooh, he said Michael Jackson is a one in a lifetime. I don't know if we'll ever get another one.
Bruno's not up there because he don't got the dance moves.
Okay.
He could sing his ass off, and he got classic albums. He makes good music, but that boy Breezy, that boy Breezy got the voice, he got the work ethic, and he can dance like that nigga. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It's wild. All right,
He ain't no Michael Jackson though. Like that is once in a lifetime shit.
Yeah.
This motherfucker Michael Jackson come out at the concert, nigga just stand there for 5 minutes. About 119 bitches passed out, get carried out by the ER and shit. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't said a word yet. Then he turned his head and looked, about 15 more passed out. Dog, that's crazy. That's superstardom.
With the leather jacket, with the spikes on it and shit.
Dog, we ain't never gonna see no superstar like that. They don't make superstars of that caliber anymore.
Yeah.
Try to think of the biggest superstar today. Who would it be? Superstar.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know either, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of celebrities have kind of became obtainable because you can catch them on TV or you can catch. You know what I mean? We get
Social
spoiled.
media did it. They're accessible now.
We get spoiled. They're constantly posting, and they got to stay alive and keep their careers alive, unfortunately. But we get to see, somebody be riding in the car and they'll post a little selfie video or whatever. So we get spoiled with what we get to see. But from a lot of these folks, somebody I guess that's maybe a mega celebrity that's a little more reclusive. It just pops in my head because that's how I think. But my dude Eminem, you know what I mean?
I was about to say our superstars are athletes and rappers.
Yep. Yeah, because Eminem doesn't do a whole bunch of concerts a year, so he's, you if he pops up, you got to be able to, you got to travel, you got to figure it out because if you want to go see him. And I don't know that there's a lot of people we get spoiled with tour dates too. You know what I mean? I guess T.I. said he's only doing what 6 or 8 of them or whatever the heck on the next.
I like it. I think that's the way to do it, bro. 10 of them, I think.
Yeah, 10, and you better buy your tickets and come see me where I'm at.
Right. That's to me, you know what I'm saying? When you're in high demand, he's created demand. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So he can do that. 10 dates, all 10 dates are damn near gonna be sold out because this is it.
Yeah.
It's the final lap, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I definitely traveled to Minneapolis to go catch the 50 Cent tour when he did the final lap. I said, man, I ain't seen 50 yet. It's on the bucket list. Me and the wife going up there. That's what we're gonna do. But
I think I'm gonna go see Ari Spears, dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna see Ari Spears. Man,
I almost pulled the trigger on that. He appeals to me. He especially with his connection to hip hop. I like comedy in general, but he does the cameos and you know what I mean, kind of pokes fun at hip hop a little bit, and so I kind of like that.
Yeah, he's funny as hell. I remember when him and Ice Cube, he got into it with Ice Cube.
Got
He said
heated.
he said Ice Cube couldn't act or some shit. And Ice Cube said he is not funny. I was like, all right, come on, Cube. I fuck with Cube the long way, but to say Ari Spears isn't funny, that's wild. Faison Love said that shit too, that the nigga's not funny. Like Ari Spears isn't funny at all. Okay, like that sounds wild to me.
But I mean, I guess that's just as wild as saying Ice Cube can't act, right? I mean, the man's been in how many blockbuster films?
I'm not gonna say he can't act, but I will agree with he does kind of play the same character in every movie.
I mean, Snoop does too. Snoop gets to be Snoop.
I don't even consider Snoop an actor.
Snoop damn near just plays Snoop in every movie.
Yeah, Snoop just got friends that act and let him get down. You know what I'm saying? Got enough money to shoot what he wants to shoot. I would actually consider Ice Cube an actor, but he doesn't have a ton of range, I would say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he kind of plays the same character. he said, how hard is it to play a gangbanger from South Central LA? That's where you're from. You're just being yourself.
I mean, he did tap in on the little kid market for a little while, but I see what you're saying. It's a valid point. It's a valid observation.
Yeah. So shout out to Q, man. I fuck with Q movie, the kid movies, and the motherfucking hood movies, and the music, man, and the music.
Yeah, he crushed it when we saw him in Denver recently. You know what I mean? It was iconic. I've seen him a handful of times. Got to shoot pictures for him and Snoop and Daz and Dub C back in Kansas City years ago when I was down there with my man Don Bishop. But yeah, man, shout out to Cube for the longevity, because we give Snoop a lot of accolades for his longevity in this game, but Ice Cube has been around even longer. You know what I mean? If we're kind of looking at it, Cube's been around since the 80s.
I fuck with Cube. I just recently seen him in Chicago. 4 decades of Attitude Tour. You know what I'm saying? And then prior to that, it was probably 2 years ago in St. Louis. So yeah, man, that was always on my bucket list. I still got to see Corrupt, but Corrupt these days, you just gonna catch him with Snoopy. He ain't gonna be doing no main performance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those days are over. He's gonna be on some Dog Pound shit, or backing up Snoopy. You're not gonna get a solo Corrupt show.
That's what I was just gonna say. Okay.
And if you do, it's gonna be like strictly West Coast type shit, like all LA dates or Nevada dates or some shit.
Yeah.
I think those days are over.
All right. Well, I got to get out of here, but while we're on here, I got to plug tomorrow, 1:00 p.m. in the middle of the afternoon. If you got time, tap in. I got Stack Styles on here, recording artist from Suburban Noise Records. Got a long history of kicking out dope music from Arizona, and I reached out to him, and he's eager to jump on here and tell his story. So I'm excited to do that. So tap in tomorrow with us, 1 p.m. Central Time on EmceeTV. We're gonna have Stack Styles for a full interview.
Get up on it though.
Hell yeah. All right, man. I appreciate everybody jumping on here and listening to us cover sports, news, and hip hop, and talk films today. Ray brought a little new twist to the show.
We
talk films. Kevin Hart just dropped something new that I'm interested in peeping out. That one looks funny too. So
the roast?
Oh, well, the roast. But then I thought I sent it to you. I'll make sure I sent it to you. He just dropped a new one with the college joint or whatever. Where he's
right.
Yeah, that one looks dope. So
people think he's not funny either, dog. That's just crazy to me. Like,
I saw apparently his company's in trouble too. I just saw something that pop up yesterday, and they said people are leaving left and right. There's a bunch of lawsuits, and it's looking rough for him. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna support everything I can Kevin does, because he gives back to the community, and he seems like he's a pretty genuine guy.
I get people that think he's not hilarious, but man, just not funny at all.
I mean, he makes me laugh, but I come there with the agenda. I'm gonna laugh. You know what I mean? I'm going in there lighthearted, ready to giggle, ready to laugh. I'm in the mind frame of laughing.
I just got breaking news. 13-year vet, NBA vet, the first openly gay player in NBA history, Jason Collins, dead at 47.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
For sure.
R.I.P. to him. Who did he play for?
I don't remember. It's not saying.
Okay.
I'd have to bust it down. But
you're all good. I was just curious.
Jason Collins, dead at 47, 13-year NBA veteran, first openly gay player in the National Basketball Association.
So first of all, it's super young to pass away, but that's also not something the NBA's had. I mean, for sure, 2 deaths that they've announced today. That's not something that you usually see in their headlines. So it's kind of a tragic day for the NBA.
For sure.
All right. Well, RIP to his family and prayers with them. As always, it's your boy Wilson for EmceeTV.
It's your boy Big Ray West, B-I-G-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know.
We out, y'all. Thank you very much for sharing, liking, and helping spread the word for the podcast. We'll see you soon.
Known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture.
I enjoy the freestyle.
On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jumps. American nightmare, that's why the spice wine. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us. Them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck them like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls